All right, ladies and gentlemen, good day. We are off onto our next episode. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk to Mr. Johansson and Miss Riley. And let's also talk about the job market, okay? Because that's really where we're headed with this. Whether you go to college after high school, whether you go to the military, trade school, or you go straight into the workforce, we're not really training you for college. Because if we're training you for college, we've kind of failed. We're training you to go do whatever you need to do, then to go get a job, then to become a functioning member of this society. And that's really what we're training you to do. What are some of the things that you really wish you could just crawl inside the head of your freshman and say, I really wish I could show you how important this aspect of time management is? What's one of those things you wish you could just get to every kid, Mr. Johansson?
I would say if I'm going to give you the time to do something, this is what it's meant for. You know, I would have loved it in high school if my teacher would have said, you've got 10 minutes to work on this now so you can ask questions. When I was in high school, it was my teachers talked till the end and then they said, here's your homework, get it done. There was never a chance for the questions. So if I'm going to give you the last, hey, here's what we've been working on all class period, you're going to have the last 7-10 minutes, we're going to start working on the assignment. If you can start working on that, the likelihood that you're going to finish it, turn it in, it's going to be done well, because now I can ask clarifying questions, will go up immensely. But I see a lot of students that are like, okay, Mr. Henson, stop talking, that means I'm done, I don't have to do anything else. So I mean, at the freshman level, that's what I would love to see a little bit more, is if I'm going to be given the time, I'm going to utilize that time.
So time management in that sense is use what you're given.
Correct.
Don't just squander it or waste it. Now,
because then you have to find it later on.
That's it. Because the time either has to get spent now or it has to get spent later. And that's what we mean by time management. Correct. We all have the same 24 hours. It's how we put those to use. And in fact, would that be something that you would say your really successful students do well, is that they really put that time to use?
For sure. For sure.
Okay, what's something, Miss Riley, that if you could crawl inside the heads of your kids and be like, this is important, what is the big thing that you would tell your kids?
The same thing. When, for example, my juniors, when they're writing an essay and I've assigned an essay, they get 2 weeks in class to work on it. Some of them take advantage of the class time and then they get it done early and I can look at it. I always offer to look at it before they submit it for a grade. So my rubric is different than what they're used to. And just doing the bare minimum is not going to get you the points you're probably thinking you're going to get. But if you wait till the last minute, you're not doing those little things. So then we just waste our week and a half, and then we do it the last 2 days and submit it. And it's done, so I did it, and then I get an F, and I get mad because...
Well, and that gets into this task management. They got it done. They completed... Why shouldn't I get an A? I got the little check mark. I got the little badge that says I did my junior paper. But what you're saying is, minimum is not really managed.
Yes. So just because you do it doesn't mean you tried hard and you put a lot of effort into it. To me, putting effort and trying hard on an assignment is starting it when you get it assigned, little by little, as you go through the process, asking me questions, not just waiting until the last day. Well, I tried hard, I should get an A or B.
And so the thing probably that we're talking here is as we move from just use the time I'm separating for you. You have 10 minutes here, do it. You have 15 minutes here, do it. You have this right here, do it. By the time you get to Miss Riley, you have to say to yourself, I have these 10 minutes, I need to use them. I have this 20-minute period between this and this, I need to use it. It's on you. That's true time management. And as far as task management goes, you're not just getting the task done, you're saying it needs to be done to a different level. In your class, probably like my freshman class is like, I want you to get it done. Like, done counts, kind of, because that's where you're at emotionally, maturity-wise. But for you, it's got to step it up. Or in your AP classes, no, done is done. Now what do you want? And how does that apply in the workforce?
I think, kind of what I stress with them too is, if you don't make the time for it, then you have to find that time. And that's where it gets a little like, oh, it should only take me 15 minutes to do this. Well, I don't want to do it now. But then all of a sudden, oh, well, now there's this other thing I want to go do, and that's taking away from that time to go do that. So now I've got to find it. Well, now I've got to stay up later. Or I've got to lose something else to do this. So I think in terms of that, when they go out into the job, it's like, okay, I've got to be there at this time. If I don't do this, then I might lose something else instead of getting it done when it's there. I've got to make time instead of find time.
Well, and kind of those advanced skills in the workforce of not just done, but done well. How does the workforce reward done well compared to just done?
Promotion.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the reality, guys. I think you hit the nail on the head there is, yeah, I'm employed. I get my check every 2 weeks, but if I want a better check, or I want a job where I'm doing something that I want to do more than the job I'm doing, done and check mark is what they're paying me for. The idea of what you're kind of talking about, Miss Riley, is like I expect more than the minimum rubric requirement. That's the part that sets you apart from the next person down the road. And I think that's the other thing that we keep trying as teachers to instill in kids is that done is only getting the paycheck. If you want to improve your situation, you gotta put that extra in. What do you think would be your best tip for kids at any level? Tip for any kids at any level on managing that time outside of use the time that you're given and don't just do the minimum.
I mean, I don't know how it relates really to time management, but if you get stuck asking for help instead of just not doing it or using the excuse I didn't know how to do it or I didn't know what I was doing and so I just didn't do it to begin with.
Actually, I love that one. I love that because, to be honest, that's the best time management. Calling out for a lifeline. That is actually a sign of good time management, good task management, because otherwise, if you're sitting there just spinning your wheels, sometimes it's okay to marinate a little bit. But once it goes beyond that, you're wasting the company time. You're wasting your time when he may have the answer. Or he may not have the answer, but maybe he has something that helps you uncover that answer. So I think asking for help short circuits a lot of time management.
Correct.
All right, well, hey guys, that is really task and time management for today. Hopefully you took a few things away. I think there was some great stuff to be had. Thank you so much.